Before the sun rises over the mountains of rural India, while most of the country is still asleep, a young boy quietly leaves his home carrying a worn-out school bag and an old smartphone. Step by step, he walks through narrow dirt paths, across rocky terrain, and up a steep mountain trail. The climb is exhausting. During summer, the heat is relentless. During the monsoon season, the paths become slippery and dangerous. Yet every morning he returns to the same mountain. Why? Because somewhere near the top, there is a weak internet signal. A signal strong enough to download homework. A signal strong enough to watch a lesson. A signal strong enough to give him a chance at an education. Think about that for a moment. In a world where millions of students can attend class with a single click, where artificial intelligence can answer questions in seconds, where technology companies are building the future at an astonishing speed, a child is still climbing a mountain just to connect to the internet. It sounds like a story from another era, a story from a forgotten corner of the world. But this is happening today, not decades ago, not in the distant past. Today, this boy's story is powerful because it reveals a reality that is often hidden behind impressive statistics and ambitious promises. We live in a time when India is celebrated as one of the world's fastest growing digital economies. The country is recognized for its technological innovation, digital payment systems, growing startup culture, and expanding internet connectivity. Government campaigns proudly promote the vision of a digital future where every citizen can access education, healthcare, financial services, and opportunities through technology. The message is simple and inspiring. Technology will connect everyone, empower everyone, and create opportunities for everyone. And in many ways, that vision has transformed lives. Across India's cities, students attend online classes, use educational apps, access digital libraries, and prepare for competitive examinations through virtual learning platforms. Technology has opened doors that previous generations could only dream about. A smartphone can now provide access to information from around the world. A student sitting in a city apartment can learn coding, mathematics, science, or foreign languages with a few taps on a screen. For millions, the digital revolution has already arrived. But what happens when that revolution stops at the edge of a village? What happens when the promise of connectivity never reaches the children who need it most? What happens when access to education depends not on intelligence or hard work, but on whether a mobile signal can reach your home? These questions take us far beyond the story of one boy. They reveal a hidden divide that stretches across rural communities throughout India. While cities move deeper into the digital age, many villages continue to struggle with weak internet connections, limited infrastructure, unreliable electricity, and a lack of affordable devices. For families living in these communities, technology is not always a tool of empowerment. Sometimes it becomes another reminder of how far behind they have been left. Today's students need internet access to complete assignments, communicate with teachers, conduct research, and develop the digital skills required for future jobs. As the world becomes increasingly dependent on technology, those without reliable access risk falling further behind. The digital divide is no longer simply a technological problem. It is an educational problem, an economic problem, a social problem, and perhaps most importantly, it is a human problem. Behind every statistic is a child with dreams, a future doctor, a future engineer, a future teacher, a future entrepreneur, children whose potential is every bit as great as that of their urban peers. Yet many of them are forced to overcome obstacles that others never face. Some walk kilometers every day searching for a signal. Some share a single smartphone among several siblings. Some study under streetlights because electricity at home is unreliable. Others abandon their education altogether because the barriers become too difficult to overcome. This documentary is not just about internet towers, smartphones, or government policies. It is about people. It is about children who refuse to give up despite overwhelming challenges. It is about parents who sacrifice everything to give their sons and daughters a chance at a better future. And it is about a nation standing at a crossroads between extraordinary technological progress and persistent inequality. As we follow the journey of one boy climbing a mountain to attend school, we will uncover a hidden reality affecting millions of children across rural India. We will explore why the digital divide still exists, how it impacts education and opportunity, and what it could mean for the future of an entire generation. Because in a country racing toward a digital future, one question remains impossible to ignore. If India is becoming digital, then why are so many children still being left behind? The promise of digital India was one of the most ambitious visions in the country's modern history. It was built on a simple but powerful idea. Technology could bridge the gap between rich and poor, urban and rural, connected and disconnected. Through affordable internet access, digital services, online education, and modern infrastructure, every citizen would have the opportunity to participate in the digital age. The vision was inspiring. No matter where a child was born, they would have access to information, education, and opportunities that previous generations could only dream of. In a remote village surrounded by hills and rough terrain, lives a 16-year-old boy named Ravi. Like many teenagers, he has dreams. He wants to become an engineer. He imagines building bridges, solving problems, and creating a better life for his family. His teachers describe him as hardworking and intelligent. His parents believe education is a key that could unlock opportunities they never had. Yet Ravi faces a challenge that has nothing to do with intelligence or determination. The internet signal does not reach his home. For many students, attending an online class means opening a laptop or smartphone. For Ravi, it means preparing for a journey. Before sunrise, he leaves his house carrying a school bag and an aging smartphone. He walks through dusty paths and climbs a nearby mountain. The journey is difficult, especially during the summer heat or monsoon rains. But near the top of the hill, he can usually find a weak internet signal. That signal has become his classroom. There, sitting on a rock overlooking the valley below, Ravi downloads assignments, watches educational videos, and attends virtual lessons whenever possible. Some days the connection is strong enough to study. Other days it disappears completely. Still, he returns, not because he enjoys the climb, but because he refuses to let geography determine his future. Behind every student struggling to stay connected is a family making sacrifices that often go unseen. Ravi's parents understand that education may be their son's best chance for a better future. Like countless parents across rural India, they are willing to do almost anything to support his dreams. But support has limits when resources are scarce. The family's income is modest. Every month, difficult decisions must be made. Money is needed for food, clothing, household expenses, and emergencies. Purchasing a smartphone or paying for internet data may seem simple to some families, but for others it represents a significant financial burden. When Ravi's phone needs repairs, the cost creates anxiety. When mobile data runs out, his parents must decide whether they can afford to recharge it. Sometimes they sacrifice personal needs so that their son can continue studying. Across rural India, similar stories unfold every day. Parents sell livestock to purchase devices. Mothers reduce household spending to pay for internet access. Families share a single smartphone among several children. These sacrifices reveal how much rural families value education. They understand that the modern world increasingly rewards digital skills and knowledge. They know that without education, opportunities become limited. Yet despite their efforts, many obstacles remain beyond their control. Families can save money for devices, but they cannot build internet towers. They can buy smartphones, but they cannot guarantee network coverage. Their determination is powerful, but determination alone cannot overcome every barrier. The struggle for digital access is not only a technological challenge. It is a human story of parents doing everything they can to give their children a chance. Ravi's journey is powerful, but it is not unique. Across rural India, thousands of students face similar struggles every single day, each with their own version of the same invisible battle: the fight for connectivity. In one village, a young girl walks nearly 3 kilometers every evening to sit near a roadside where mobile signal is slightly stronger. She carries her textbooks and studies under a dim streetlight, hoping to download lessons before the connection disappears. In another region, 2 brothers share a single smartphone. They take turns attending online classes because the family cannot afford another device. When one studies, The other waits silently, hoping he does not fall too far behind. Elsewhere, students gather under trees or near hills where signals occasionally appear. These places have become unofficial classrooms, open air, unstable, and dependent entirely on weather and network strength. Each of these stories carries the same emotion, determination mixed with uncertainty. These students are not lacking ambition. They are not lacking intelligence. What they lack is equal access. The digital divide is not permanent. It is a challenge that can be solved, but only through sustained effort and investment. Governments, private companies, and local communities all play a role in bridging this gap. Improving rural connectivity is one of the most important steps. Building reliable internet infrastructure in remote areas can transform education, healthcare, and employment opportunities. Affordable data plans and accessible devices can also help ensure that technology is not limited to wealthier families. Schools in rural regions need better digital facilities. Teachers require training to integrate technology into classrooms effectively. Students need digital literacy skills that prepare them for a world increasingly shaped by artificial intelligence and online systems. There are already examples of progress. In some regions, improved connectivity has allowed students to attend regular online classes, access global learning resources, and develop new skills. These success stories prove that change is possible when investment and policy align with need. However, the challenge remains large. The digital divide did not appear overnight, and it will not disappear quickly. It requires long-term commitment, not short-term solutions. The consequences of the digital divide extend far beyond missed classes and incomplete assignments. What begins as a connectivity problem can eventually become a problem of opportunity, confidence, and economic mobility. Imagine falling behind not because you lack ability, but because you lack access. For students with limited connectivity, learning becomes inconsistent. Important lessons are missed. Educational videos fail to load. Research becomes difficult. Communication with teachers becomes unreliable. Over time, these challenges accumulate. The impact is not only academic. Students often experience frustration and stress. Watching others move ahead while struggling to stay connected can damage confidence and motivation. Some begin to feel that success belongs to people living elsewhere. This feeling can be devastating. Education has long been considered one of the most effective paths out of poverty. It allows young people to develop skills, pursue careers, and improve their circumstances. But in today's world, education and technology are increasingly interconnected. Many jobs now require digital literacy. Employers expect workers to be comfortable using technology. Universities rely on online applications and resources. Professional training is often delivered digitally. Students who lack digital access today may face disadvantages in tomorrow's workforce. The danger is that the digital divide becomes a cycle. Limited access leads to fewer opportunities. Fewer opportunities lead to lower incomes. Lower incomes make technology less affordable. The cycle repeats itself. This is why the digital divide is not simply about internet connections. It is about futures. It is about whether millions of talented young people will have an equal chance to participate in the opportunities of the 21st century. And for students like Ravi, the answer to that question may determine the course of their entire lives. The future of India is deeply connected to its children. They will become the workforce, the innovators, the leaders, and the decision makers of tomorrow. But their potential depends on the opportunities they are given today. In a world driven by technology, digital access is no longer optional. It is essential. Education, employment, communication, and creativity all increasingly depend on connectivity. If large sections of the population remain disconnected, the gap between opportunity and inequality will continue to grow. Students like Ravi represent both hope and warning. Hope because their determination shows what young people can achieve even in difficult circumstances. Warning because their struggles reveal how much work still needs to be done. A nation cannot call itself fully digital if millions of its children are still forced to climb mountains, walk long distances, or search for signals just to attend school. As the sun sets over the hills, Ravi begins his journey home. His phone contains the lessons he managed to download. His notebook is filled with notes written carefully by hand. His day of learning is over, but his struggle is not. Tomorrow, He will wake up again before sunrise. He will pack his bag. He will begin to climb. Not because it is easy and not because it is fair, but because it is the only way he can stay connected to his education. His story is inspiring, but it is also uncomfortable because it forces us to ask difficult questions. Why should education depend on geography? Why should a child's future depend on a mobile signal? And why, in a world of advanced technology, are so many children still left behind? The promise of Digital India is powerful. It speaks of progress, inclusion, and opportunity for all. But promises must be matched with reality. Until every child, regardless of where they're born, can access education equally, the digital revolution remains incomplete. Somewhere in rural India, another child is preparing for the same climb. Another student is searching for a signal. Another dream is waiting for connection. And until that connection becomes universal, the question remains: Digital India or digital inequality?